There's conversation around Aaron Rodgers right now that
Yeah.
he has the Packers have lost value on Aaron Rodgers because of the garbage that's coming
No,
out of
that's
his
not,
mouth.
that's not true. That's not true.
It's just not true.
No,
It's not
no,
true.
come on. Now obviously we're past the trade deadline. They're not trading him anyway. But let's just say they could still trade him, and for whatever the reason, right? I'm out. Or the Packers say, okay, we're going to move you. Like Jordan Love, let's say he was incredible on Sunday, which he was decidedly not. They would still get everything they were going to get for him. Teams in the NFL, they don't care. I mean, they care in the sense it makes maybe them look controversial for a week, something like that. They don't care enough not to put a player of that stature at the game's most important position, right? Like, that they would still, if they traded him tomorrow or this offseason, they'll still get everything they were going to get. What I do think is true, and we don't have to get too far in the weeds on this because it's been talked out to death. Everything with Aaron Rodgers has just made it a circus in Green Bay. And this is not going to go away. Like, he's the quarterback of this team. This isn't Cole Beasley, who's a receiver, who doesn't really have to deal with the media. Aaron Rodgers has media obligations by NFL rules. He is going to talk to the media. And they're not, look, any reporter worth his salt is going to, or her salt, is going to ask those questions over and over and over and over and over. And he can no comment it to death. But I don't know if that's his style. He doesn't strike me as the kind of guy who's just going to go, I'm not talking about it. He has, whether you agree with him or not, he has a level of arrogance about him. And it came out last night, it was reported that he's surprised and upset with the way he was received after what he said on the Pat McAfee show last week. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I get that you believe what you're saying and you believe it's right, but how naive do you have to be to think you were going to say that essentially you're taking medical advice from Joe Rogan and like you just thought that was going to be fine? I mean, there's a subset of the population that agrees with you, but there's certainly more people that don't. Like, how did you not see that coming?
Read the room, dude. 12, love you on the field, phenomenal. You want to make an argument that you're top 5 quarterback of all time? I'll listen to it and not have any real problem. However, don't compare yourself to Martin Luther King. Like, dude, MLK and you are not in the same sentence, even if you're going to speak it that way. That was just straight craziness and insulting, and just weird, really. Like, is that you're supposed to be this grounded Aaron Rodgers that sort of gets what goes on in the world, and I don't know. I just thought it was straight bizarre.
And by the way, if you're the Packers, can you imagine, like, you're seeing this, that he's going to speak on McAfee show, which he does every Tuesday, by the way. He's going to talk again. You know, I mean, it's got to come up. I mean, come on. I get Pat McAfee's an NFL player, former NFL player. He's not a reporter or a journalist, but I mean, geez. Like, you've got to think that this is going to come up again. And I mean, it's just, if you're the Packers, you're begging him to just stop talking. Like, anything to stop talking at this point. But that's the problem. He's the quarterback. He's not going to stop talking.
Well,
like, it's a problem.
The other problem is Jordan Love. Did you watch the football game? If Aaron Rodgers plays, how bad?
Good.
Yeah, I mean, how bad does Green Bay beat Kansas City? Bad.
By 20 points.
Bad.
At least by 10. I mean, they would have beaten them. The Chiefs' defense was really good, but I mean, they also were able to blitz like crazy because Rodgers wasn't back there.
I mean, Jordan Love was terrible. And so what do you do if you're Green Bay right now?
He's going to come back. He's going to be a great quarterback for them. They're going to win a bunch of games. Everybody's going to cheer him and love him in Green Bay. And you know what? Look, I am of the belief that when guys are on the football field, for me, I think they're just separated from their off-field stuff. I think you have to. Otherwise, you end up hating half your team. Okay? That being said, he should not have lied about it. And he can sit there all day long and give this bullshit that he didn't lie about it. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. His whole I'm immunized. And then somebody afterward, I believe even in the same presser, was like, you're vaccinated? Yeah, I'm vaccinated. I mean, he didn't say I'm vaccinated. But when you say I'm immunized and you start talking about, some guys aren't. And, that's their choice. And I mean, stop. Like, it's a bullshit narrative out of him that he didn't lie about it, that he did. Yes, you did. Which, look, own it. Just own it. If you're so much smarter than everybody else in the room and you thought you could get over on it, like, fine, you got caught. You
He
got
doesn't.
caught your hand in the proverbial cookie jar. You tried to get around it. And by the way, I will say this. The NFL should find the daylights at him. And not because he's not unvaccinated, but because he flat out on McAfee's show, and I watched the entire 47-minute interview. He went and said, hey, I didn't do it. I didn't follow the protocols with the press or anything else because I feel that it's unjust, which is when he then cited Martin Luther King Jr. and really just kicked off that bonanza. But I don't give a shit what he thinks about the protocol. It's the protocol. And if he's skirting it, and the Packers obviously knew he was skirting it, and the NFL knew he was skirting it, and he even said, yeah, it came up, he should be fined. He should not be, I don't think he should be suspended. He should be fined heavily, and the Packers should be fined heavily because the last year, the Raiders and the Saints broke COVID protocols, got hammered over it. So if you're going to do that to those teams, then it should be done to the Packers, and it should be done to him specifically.
Everybody cares about money, but it wouldn't impact him as much as, like, wait a second, you lied, you created your own rules, you did your own thing. To me, that's a 1-game suspension.
Okay.
Sorry, dude. I mean, he in essence, he got it this past week, but that's because you tested positive. And I get that there's lots of vaccinated people that are testing positive, but to me, it could have been like, once you get out of the protocol, you're suspended another game. That's what I would have done. Because any fine is not going to impact him at all, and or the Packers, who were definitely complicit in this. So don't tell me they weren't.